Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's March 12th. It's the 29th episode of what may be the greatest show about risk ever. Now, that's a forward-looking statement if I've ever heard one, and probably completely false.
We got to go with it, though.
Jason Bartholomew in the house. What's up, brother?
Another exciting day here.
Today we put on some trades, dude.
We put on...
I feel almost high with how much we put on. We are long ammo. We are long POWW for those home gamers.
Wow.
We are believing in bullets. We are long bullets for sure.
So those of you that were with us yesterday, I think we were talking about POWW. We've been talking about POWW for a while. I remember I introduced the idea a couple of weeks ago when they came out with news regarding the acquisition potential of gunbroker.com, which is going to add a nice piece to their puzzle.
And they're building a new plant in Wisconsin, right?
They are a $12 million facility in Wisconsin for more manufacturing.
Well, last night, with the stock at $6.87, they priced the deal at $5.
Yes.
I tried to get into the deal. Deal was oversubscribed. I bought 737.
Yeah, 737.
737.
We got Boeing on the mind.
I got Boeing on the mind.
Yeah. We're going to get to
Bought
that.
737,000 shares of a little lower. Got a profit.
Dude, I'm like amazed. You did awesome.
Hey,
with that.
Nick, can we go to the screen real quick on the stock? If you...
2 fingers. Yeah.
There we go. That's the one day, which you see is kind of flat. But what's misleading is that yesterday it was here. That was around 678.
Yep.
And then, boom, they priced an offering after market. It traded down, and this is kind of flat to the side. Hey, the company absorbed a big deal. They have $100 million of cash in the bank now.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They're the real deal. And their backlog, $180 million backlog.
Yeah, the backlog is amazing.
So for full disclosure, as I already said, I'm long the stock. Hey, what happened to the Dow today? Let's get to things. And later on, we're going to talk about Governor Newsom.
Yep.
What's up with that? I mean,
and Governor Cuomo.
Wow.
So I want to state...
Hey, New York and California governors may be out.
The coastal elites are feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Powell more.
The Dems eat themselves.
Yeah, let's cover the Dow. Okay, let's cover the indicators here.
You got the numbers?
Yeah, they just came in hot off the press a few minutes ago.
All right.
The Dow is up 291 points, a nice Friday, 32,777. The NASDAQ was actually down 78 points to 13,319. The main reason for that was the 10-year Treasury jumped 0.1 to 1.64%. That caused the techs to just slump a little bit on this Friday. The S&P was up 4 points. It was flat, 39.43. Let's go talk about Bitcoin. It printed, I think it printed 58 yesterday. Last time I looked, it was 56,590.
It was near an all-time high.
In my opinion, I think we're going to see a test of 60,000 this Sunday. Don't
really?
quote
Over
me
the
on
weekend?
that. Yeah, I really believe it.
Wow.
Think about it. All these folks with their mobile phones in hand, they can't buy stocks. What are they going to do?
57,720 or 56,721.
Okay. And Ethereum, 1740 is what I saw.
You might be right on this testing 58 over the weekend.
You know, crude oil was down 40 cents, 65.62. Gold flat at 1722.
1743.
Okay.
Hey, if you're on the radio or iHeart app, we are happy you joined us. If you're on we're in Orange County and Los Angeles, we're on 1150 KEIB. KEIB.
The Patriot.
The Patriot.
I like that.
And we're on iHeart Radio. Love it. Just search the name for the show during the week. Risk On or Todd Ault. Either one works on YouTube. You can't miss Jason and me and that beautiful logo of the bull.
We've got to remember for our radio folks, our radio listeners, when we talk about these charts.
I did a bad job of explaining ammo.
No, I just thought about that. We're going to get back to POW, POWW. So the offering was 20 million shares at $5 a share. We had a strategy last night when they announced the offering, but not the terms, that we were going to get long on this thing.
Sure.
And at about 12:30 this morning Pacific time, we were just getting back to our places, and I started looking at it, and we started to line up some orders.
We did line up orders. We bought a lot. Dude.
Yeah. So
that was the most I'd ever bought on an app. I bought it on my phone.
That's just crazy.
I know. I spent like $4 million plus on the phone.
So, that's just mind-blowing. Think about that. Think about where we are today.
It blows my mind, for sure. I mean, technology has changed the world. I was spending millions of dollars buying a stock
You know,
in an app. It was crazy.
I wouldn't mind buying a little more right now, to be honest with you. But it's okay.
Yeah, there's limits. You know, we're at our limit. We, based on the size of the portfolio, I think 4.5 million is pretty good. We're pretty happy with what we have, right?
So we've got our position around 580-ish, right around there?
No. We bought it in the 560 range.
What's our average?
Below, like about around 561.
Oh, is it really?
For some of it was 571.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, we were buying in pre-market at 540.
Oh yeah, I saw
542, 543. At one point, I think one of the apps said to me, do you really want to buy all this or something?
Yeah, because of the price discrepancy.
Because huge price discrepancy.
So I wanted to talk about that because we were texting back and forth, and at 1 a.m. Pacific, it was like game on. Like we were ready to go, and I was watching.
It was dead.
Yeah, it was dead in the price action. And Todd was actually trying to accumulate, but what happened was he was buying the ask because that was the only choice he had.
There's nothing there.
He was kind of just keeping it propped up. So I said, "Hey, listen, go back to sleep. Let's just let this thing let this thing fall down a little bit." And that's what happened.
Step away.
Dude, you nailed it. You crushed this thing.
Well, we bought a little bit at 6,
Yeah.
and then 597. We'd already bought 61,000 in the pre-market, at the aftermarket yesterday when it was down. I really did not think they were going to price it at. Kind of freaked me out that they priced it at $5.
Yeah.
I was hearing like a $5.50 price talk, so I was kind of comfortable with 6.
Yep.
But what I'm impressed about this, and where we are talking up our book for sure as we're long the stock, for those of you on the radio listening, Ammunitions is what it's called. Weird name.
Ammunitions.
Ammunitions. All right, whatever. POWW, we are long the stock. We own it, and we've been talking about it for probably 29 episodes.
Yeah, we've been all over this because we just realized that in the current situation, the current climate politically, there's been some unrest. There's just a lot of people that are just needing to buy some ammo.
Every gun owner I know says to me, "Oh, ammo is hard to get."
Yeah, even law enforcement.
So you had this run all the way up to $9 and some change.
Yep.
A pullback in a price of $100 million. Now they've got fuel in the tank to fill that backlog and to grow this ammo business. And they make some pretty unique ammunition.
Yeah, they signed a LOI for some, I think it was in Spain. There's some biodegradable shotgun shells. They did an agreement to sell those also.
They sell bullets, too, where the tracer can only be seen by the person shooting.
Yeah.
Which I think is unique. Yeah, I don't know how that happens.
That's pretty amazing.
I wouldn't want to be on the other side. Hey, I apologize in advance. I got a couple hours of sleep, and I can barely control myself here. I think that something happened with the computer.
Oh yeah,
and
we'll
Apple
fix that.
So
and going back to this price point in their competition, all of their competition from a stock standpoint, they're all big. Like these are like $20 and $30 stocks.
Yeah, obviously that's not a direct transfer to what this should be.
No,
but I think these guys got $70 million outstanding.
Yeah.
And they have an LOI to buy gunbroker.com, which opens up 6 million people to potentially buy ammunition from them. Yeah. So I think that these guys are doing pretty well. And go ahead.
The actual the balance sheet of gunbroker.com too, the EBITDA and the revenue that they are creating it's a win for. I think it's a win for POWW.
Let's look at Boeing today. Now, for those of you who listen to the program, I'm gonna 2 fingers up here. Here, let's see here.
Bottom left corner to click.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah,
okay.
There you go.
All right, Nick, can you bring it up on the screen? All right, so everybody that pays attention to the shows knows that we own about $1 million of Boeing. It's now about $1.25 million of Boeing, about $1,250,000 worth of Boeing.
Yeah.
As the stock was up over $17 today.
Yeah.
And is solidly up over $50 what we paid for it.
Can we show? I want to discuss the chart with the radio listeners.
Okay, definitely today. I mean, this thing was up and to the right. They got another order from an investment group for the Supermax.
Yeah, I saw they have an investment by 777 Partners to buy 24 more 737-8 Max.
Right. So it's really solid for Boeing. And if you look at the last month, and I'm going to pull that up here.
There you go.
There's the chart up and to the right. We bought a couple dips here in February. We averaged in, and then it's off to the races.
So for the listeners, it was mid-February. It was 210 or so. Now it's mid-March, and it's 270 almost. I mean, that's a nice steady gain. And, of course, as the economy opens back up, as travel opens back up, you're going to see hopefully some balance sheets improve from the airline industry, and some of these orders are going to start coming in.
Yeah, we literally are a believer, and we're a believer when we talked about this really in the beginning of this is the 29th episode. We talked about that we thought that the wind would get to their back, they'd lift off a little bit, all the cliches you could think of. Because the company survived without borrowing capital from the government, and they really repositioned themselves and lived through what is a double whammy of the MAX, and then COVID. So you got to think if you're alive after that, you might be good to go, right? And keep in mind, there's really only two major choices for airlines to buy jets, and Boeing, they have. I can't believe I'm going to say it the way it sounds, but Boeing apologized for what happened.
Yeah.
They changed management.
Yep.
And hopefully that won't happen again. But we're really big. I think this is a $350 stock. Now, granted, those of you listening on the radio, those of you on YouTube, this is a show for entertainment purposes. Neither Jason or I are licensed professionals. We are not investment advisors, although at one time I was a broker for 20 years. We are not making recommendations. This is for entertainment purposes to let you know about what we're doing, what we're trading, etc. With that in mind, we go right to GameStop.
Absolutely.
All right. And Nick, let's bring up this screen again, GameStop. Now, I want to go to the 5-day. I simply don't know what to say about this.
And for those
of
you,
week,
it's
by the way, $109.
Amazing. I don't even understand it.
Do we put all of our money in GameStop? If you want to lose it all, I guess.
I don't know. I can't do it. We haven't even, well, no, I take that back. You did nibble on it a little bit, right?
We made a little bit of money, but it was like scared money. Like it was almost like I'm going to gamble today and put something on it, just to see what happens.
Seriously, it was like literally putting it on a roulette wheel, like it kind of.
And any given day, you get red, black, or green.
Yeah, right.
Right.
That's the way it.
And what I don't understand is the emoji yesterday from the Chewy guy again. One day it was a swirl of ice cream that was like a, I don't know if I can say that or not.
Yeah, it looked
on the radio. And then yesterday it was Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber in a trash can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the meme stocks. I don't get what people are communicating about. I don't understand it at all. If someone can comment on YouTube, I'd love to understand what the Jeff Daniels reference was from the Chewy guy, Cohen.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
Makes no sense to me.
But the meme stocks run in conjunction with GameStop, like KOSS. We're not going to cover KOSS.
$109 in 1 week.
Just amazing.
And it's not going back down, it seems like.
Look, it's more than...
It's retraced 50% of its losses.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's almost more than 50% of the all-time high right now, because it was 483, I believe.
Wow.
Some people bought in the 300s, 400s.
Yeah, I'm astonished. Hey, listen, I want to cover something that happened today to Tesla, and we'll come right back to some of these other things. I was watching CNBC, and they reported that the SEC was suing Tesla and Elon Musk over a violation of their agreement to not send out tweets without review. And I thought, wow, Tesla was down too. And I thought that is incredibly bad if the SEC says he violated the agreement a second time.
Right.
However, then they were reporting live and they were saying, well, actually, it may be a shareholder that sued, and it was a shareholder that sued Tesla over this issue. And I'm gonna see if I can pull it up, and I'm gonna read it to you. And the listeners, Tesla was down 1.96% today to 685, and for full disclosure, I'm not long the stock. I have been trading it, but I'm not long Tesla today. But what I thought was important about this is that an investor sued. Now, let me read you the details, okay? So Tesla chief executive Elon Musk and the board of the electric car company have been sued by shareholders accusing it of violating the 2018 settlement with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission over its use of Twitter. Now, this was filed in Delaware Chancery Court. Erratic tweets, including a post from May 1st. Tesla's stock price was too high, a failure of Tesla's board to monitor the compliance of the SEC settlement. It's an unusual violation of fiduciary duty, etc. The lawsuit is from a shareholder not from the SEC.
Okay.
Now, CNBC corrected themselves very quickly. I assure you, Elon Musk doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care at all. I mean, he's going to keep tweeting about Dogecoin also. You know, he's just going to do what he does.
No, I just thought that was for those of you who were watching CB at the time it happened, it was an interesting reaction. But Tesla was down today after kind of a screaming run off the bottom.
Yeah.
After hitting about 540.
It ran with when NASDAQ and the tech stocks were getting crushed, you know, it was getting crushed also.
For those of you who watch the show, we have been long rocket companies. We're still long rocket companies.
We are.
However, little pullback.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought it made sense that the mortgage company would flatten out a little bit and the volatility would slow down.
For those of you on the radio, Rocket was right around $25 a share, finished up today.
RKT is a symbol. Rocket earlier last week, I think, hit 46 in the pre-market.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was definitely a short squeeze.
Right, so it's $20 down from there.
Yeah. But then they offered they crushed earnings, and then they offered the special $1.11 dividend. So we thought that it would be a good opportunity to, you know, get back into Rocket, and we've traded it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I actually sold a little bit of it higher today. Why did I sell it higher today? I'll tell you where I sold it here too.
Oh yeah.
I was concerned. It was not much, like $25.50. I was concerned that basically, based on our position we had in POWW, and that we had a lot of Rocket, and it was kind of the volatility was slowing down.
Yeah.
That I would take some off as it pulled back. Because it's had a heck of a run, plus that big fat dividend.
Yeah, I like that.
That puts you at 26.11, right, with that big fat dividend.
Absolutely. And I'm getting some news here that LA County is going to reopen all movie theaters, and I'm seeing a big buy just went through on AMC of 331,000 shares.
That brings us to Novavax, Novavax, right?
Yeah.
Can you cover this real quickly about what the situation is? The vaccine is 96% effective?
Yeah, apparently 96% effective against the original COVID virus, and 86% effective versus the new UK variant of the virus. I want to talk about Novavax because if you invested in Novavax last year around this time at approximately, wait for it, $6.77.
There's no way that's true.
That's true.
No way, dude. Really?
Yeah. And if you sold...
I'm going to the 1 year chart. Nick, let's pull this up here. Holy, I did not know that.
Bottom left corner.
$194.36 up for the last year. 2,311%. When I saw this as a $150, $200 stock, I thought that was a brand name. I didn't know that. $6?
It went to $331.
Wow, there's a reason to be in biotech.
Yes.
Would you invest in biotech? I would invest in biotech. Hey, $6 to $200?
$331.
Wow.
Yeah, look.
Wow, I'm excited now, Josh.
Dude, amazing.
Holy Toledo.
I just wanted to bring this
you can put money into a biotech, and if the drug does well, you can make a lot of money.
You can 50x.
This is incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow, amazing.
So Novavax is one. Obviously, there's others. I mean, look at the one just a smaller sample, smaller scale. Remember AVEO?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at that.
We traded that this week. Let's look that up. AVEO.
Yeah.
For you home gamers.
Now, we want to make sure that you know there's risk involved in this.
Okay. Yeah, there's tons of risk, by the way, in biotech. I'm just kidding around. Yeah, this stock did great this week, right?
Look at the 5-day.
Let's pull it up. Nick, let's pull that chart up. Okay. Hey, we're putzing around $8.
Yeah.
We're happy.
Boom.
Boom, approval.
Smash.
Right. Up to 20 in the aftermarket. Back down to 11, but we're up 50% on the week.
Yeah.
$4.18. It pays to be invested in biotech if you're right.
If you follow all
But if you're wrong, it goes to zero.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get a failure.
I don't know if you can say that word.
I don't know.
It's probably a bad word on the radio. Sorry for those radio listeners. Hey, YouTubers, we're on the radio. KEIB 1150, The Patriot. We're also on iHeartRadio. You can catch us every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time or globally on that iHeart app.
Listen, we're live, right? We're getting live intel. Can you pull up PLTR?
PLTR.
You know that one very well.
What happened here?
Yeah, I'm just
getting...
getting...
You're going to upset me because I sold it.
No, I'm not... Well...
Oh, God. It's doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, $27 in the aftermarket, yeah. Nick, can you pull that up real quick? Many of you who follow this show know that the last month the stock has been painful.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, it's been painful.
Those of you on the listening on the on the iHeartRadio and on the radio, this Palantir Technologies has been very choppy. It's been super.
Sure has.
I mean, it's been all over the place.
I really want to cover the stocks that people ask us about.
Yeah.
We got to create a program we can do that, because on YouTube we get a lot of requests to talk about stocks, and we got to figure out a time frame. Now that we're doing, starting Monday, 56 minutes a day.
Yeah.
We got to have like a 5-minute segment for a listener question.
I know people want to hear about like EBAN and SOS, for example.
All right,
I get
let's
a lot
get
of
right to eBay.
Yeah, these
All
are okay. This is a crypto ticker.
Oh,
It's
you got to be
squeezed.
kidding me.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Are you kidding?
No, it's squeezed hard today.
Are you kidding?
It actually went to 1130.
We had 70,000 shares.
I know. Now that one hurts.
Oh, this is brutal.
This one hurts.
Oh, man, I am sick.
We'll have another chance.
Can't have dead air on the radio.
I mean,
Sorry.
that's just-
For those of you who are
Yeah.
not, you're on the radio, that was me almost puking and watching this chart, which was $7 up and to the right, hitting, oh, God. Was that 11 bucks?
1130.
Oh, closing at 10:40. Oh, I am sick.
So the backstory here is we trade this thing quite often. We were into the high sixes, and we sold
We
into
owned
the,
a ton of this.
we sold into the mid sevens. Okay. And now this thing squeezed. It got a lot of eyes on it. They had news about, and you know what? This thing is just keep watching, because they have a crypto exchange that they're doing beta testing on. So let's talk about eBank International Holdings. They create semiconductor chips for ASICs miners, okay? They use those semiconductor chips for ASICs miners and make their own miners. Then they take their own miners and they mine Bitcoin with those. Then they can eventually here, really soon, the end of March, early April, they can actually take the mined cryptocurrency that they have and they'll be able to sell it on their own exchange. This is crazy.
Okay, for those of you out there, we don't own any stock.
No, we do not have.
You're not
this
paid
stock.
by the company, because
No.
you sound like a cheerleader.
No, we're not paid. I think it's
Jeez
impressive.
Louise, that's not an endorsement, by the
No,
way.
not at all.
And we actually don't own any stocks, so just so we're clear on this one.
No,
you home gamers are on your own here, because
we
are
missed
not
a
giving you
clear.
advice.
We
Ugh,
missed a clear
terrible
win right here.
God, that was terrible. I'm sick to my stomach.
So
Hey, Biden, by the way, last night,
yeah,
did you see he did that finally after 50 days? He did a press conference.
yeah, he was.
Was that a deep fake?
It could have been.
Kidding
Yeah.
around. Come on.
You never know.
What do you think of that?
I didn't watch it.
So Jeff Bezos was invited by Bernie Sanders to appear at the Senate.
Yeah, to talk about the income inequality.
He declined to show up.
Yeah, can you blame him?
Well, I think he was on his private jet to some island and he was busy.
Yeah, I mean, he's retired basically.
He's not retired.
Yeah, he is.
Come on. You think so?
He's enjoying life.
No way.
His ex-wife got remarried. He congratulated her.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, they have kids together.
Yeah, of course.
It was Mackenzie Bezos, right?
Yeah. What do you want to
So
talk?
everybody's jumping into this NFT thing, right? Patrick Mahomes this morning, NFT.
Yeah, I know.
I guess we got to investigate this, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you digital. It's something like you own the digital copy.
Yeah, there's that and Top Shots with the cards.
But I don't get that someone can. Okay, so you own it, the original, but someone can just copy it.
Yeah, I need to look into it.
I mean,
I'm not
do you
up to
even
speed
do you
on it.
understand NFT?
No, not really.
It's on the blockchain.
Yeah.
And I don't understand when you're paying $2 million for a LeBron James video.
Yeah.
What do you expect to get back from it? Is it just the notion of owning it?
I don't even know what the hype is all about. There's so many other things that you can make money on. I don't even understand this really.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
So I don't know. All I know is the Top Shots, like sports card collecting, is still hot. Also, you got. They're actually selling that now on stock on Goat and StockX for sneakers. Like there's so many side hustles. COVID has brought out a lot of side hustles. That was one benefit for sure. So
what do you know about Viacom? Can we go to
media,
the screen real quick?
big media company.
All right. So I want to point out something about this. Now, this is I'm going to start pointing out my regret trades.
Yeah.
Now, Viacom closed at $94.94, up $8.90 or $10.34. Now, Sherry Redstone merged Viacom and CBS back together.
Yep.
They were separated by her father at one time.
Didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So Viacom and CBS were separate companies, but before they were together, and they got back together again.
Oh, okay.
So they reunited, right? This is
And it feels so good, obviously, right?
Now, I need you to understand something. This is my regret trade because I looked at this and thought, this asset is worth a ton of money. Nickelodeon, all the things that they have, Paramount, but they weren't doing well, right? And I want you to tell me, and I think I may have cheated. Oh, you're going to see it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, are we up on the screen, Nick?
Honestly, I didn't see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the 52-week low on the stock?
Oh, see, that's going to be crazy.
It's 94.94.
All right, so it's probably like $16.
It's $10.10.
Wow.
I saw this thing at $14 and wanted to put everything I owned in Viacom.
Oh.
Because I had done so much work on Sumner Redstone's work of the building of CBS in his ownership he through his vehicle National Amusement. And this stock is $95 in the aftermarket. It's 9x. A big company like Viacom after COVID is 9x higher. Now, this was the shift to value, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So if you think about that, so is the shift to value catching up? Because where is Berkshire Hathaway? You got to ask yourself this question. Now, don't go to the screen, Nick, yet, because I don't have it up.
Oh, and Berkshire Hathaway. That's a
But
good...
I know, but you got to know where Berkshire Hathaway is, because this is the ultimate value stock, right?
Yeah, for
this
sure.
is the ultimate value stock.
I mean, isn't it like...
And Warren Buffett passed $100 billion today.
Yeah, there it is.
Keep in mind, he's given so much money away, he would have already been there.
Right, that's true.
Bill Gates would be the richest man in the world if he would not have given away money.
Yeah, the philanthropy
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
Okay.
Let's bring up the screen here. So for one, the volume today in the aftermarket was 2 shares.
2 shares.
The volume during the whole day was 2,418 shares.
I thought you were going to do something here and say like, yeah, one of those 2 shares was me.
No.
Okay.
The 52-week high is 407,750. 2-week low is 239,400. The value trade's already been on.
Could you imagine?
So I make an argument to you guys out there, the radio listeners, the people that are worried about growth because of the 10-year being higher, which it is. Now I'm going to get a little eclectic here. Obviously, the growth stocks get hit a little harder with higher interest rates. I'm not going to go into the semantics as to why people think this. Now, people are saying, hey, what about the value trade? If you go from $10 to 94 and you go from 200,000, 250,000 to almost 400,000, did the value trade happen already?
I mean, that's 9x. I mean, come on. 10 to 90?
9x for Viacom.
Yeah.
And then
2x
and
for,
then 1.5, 1.75.
Yeah.
Buffett's sitting at an all-time high.
Yep.
Right? So you got to think to yourself, some value's already been accreted out.
We've missed that. But can we find another Viacom? Like we need to. I don't know. We need to dig in the crates.
I don't know.
And we need to find.
But I got to admit, I'm a little bit bummed about the miss of that trade. This is really substantial.
Look, I'm bummed about this one, this recent one.
You can come off that if you're not already.
Do I have it? Excuse me 1 second. Let me just step away from the mic for a second.
What? What are you looking at? Sorry about that, guys. We're looking at what are you looking at, the 10-year?
No, I'm looking at U.S. Steel. This is
God.
I'm upset about this one because it just happened.
What happened?
I just talked about this like a week ago.
Okay, so for full disclosure, we bought U.S. Steel at $18.
Yeah.
Okay, $18.50 actually.
Yeah.
Nick, can we pull this up on the screen? Okay, so this was a trade for infrastructure, right?
Yeah, this was.
You were right.
Yeah, I know.
You should have bought more.
I know.
You should have made me.
I should stop looking at it.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to criticize a little bit, we both can criticize a little bit. We always, actually, that's not the right term. Let's start over. If I were to review our trading and discuss what I think are some of our weaknesses, is that it is hard to understand from you because you're so, even when you did the calculation, when I said 500, 162, and 75, it was 1 millisecond.
Yeah.
Right? So you know stuff very quickly.
Right.
Whereas I take some time to digest it, you're like instantaneous, man. You're like a calculator.
I don't know why I didn't add more to this position. That's my fault. But anyway,
but what
lesson
I'm
learned.
saying is that I think you got to clearly identify what kind of trade it is.
Right.
Because you're in some high octane stuff, man.
This is I mean,
you're EBON and SOS. No one's even heard of these names. I mean,
they have.
I'd never heard of them.
Yeah, they have. People have heard of them.
I heard of Boeing.
Yeah, okay.
Right, and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You've heard of like whatever stock of the week it is that's like from some Mongolia that they're off the beaten path. I'm not saying they're not good trades.
Mm-hmm. That's what they are, though. They're trades.
I know, but is anything an investment for you?
Actually, U.S. Steel would have been
That's my point.
kind of an investment for me.
That's my point, man.
First
sure.
Majestic Silver is an investment for me.
And we've been long that.
Yeah,
obviously.
that's a good one.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the thing is, we have different strategies, different different targets to identify, but when you blend them together, it should make for a nice, a nice blended portfolio.
We could have put some money behind that one, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we didn't do it.
I know.
I didn't do it. You didn't do it. We didn't do it. We should have did it.
Listen, we're human. I mean, we got a lot going on.
Right.
So, well, we're trying. We're trying to improve. We're identifying our faults and our inefficiencies. And
so I wanted to go to some of the gun stocks. Are you familiar with what's happening with? Are you familiar with what's happening with Smith & Wesson and stuff? I'm hearing, obviously, these are guys. It doesn't seem like they're getting hit bad.
No.
But, no,
Nah, they're not.
19, no, not much.
Ruger's got a nice divvy still.
I know, but what's the situation with Congress or the Senate talking about some change in gun laws? What are they?
Well, they just decided the House passed a bill to what they call gun show private sale loophole. That's what they call it, where you'll have to now do an FBI background check if I were to sell you a rifle, okay, Todd? Mm-hmm. Okay, or a handgun, I would have to submit that. We would have to make sure that you go through a FBI background check before I was able to sell you a weapon, okay?
Right.
Person to person. Same thing with the gun shows. I believe they already do the ATF. They already do the background checks at the gun shows. That was one that they passed. And what they're looking at now is your buddy Dianne Feinstein out of California. You know, the one who rode around with the Chinese spy allegedly for years and didn't realize it? That was her limo driver or her chauffeur. Yeah, she's back at it. She's about 150 years old. She's trying to ban a wide array of magazines, rifles, AR-15s, which are Armalite rifles. That's what it stands for, folks. Armalite, the company that started the rifle, not assault rifle. AR-15 is founded on, the name is Armalite rifle.
But what's her age got to do with it?
She just needs to go away.
Oh, out of the time, sign of the time.
Somebody needs to primary her. Somebody needs to just defeat her. Anyhow, they're trying to pass more. They're trying to pass in a quote unquote assault rifle ban,
sure.
Extended magazine ban, high capacity magazine ban, and also bump stocks. So we'll see what happens there. I don't think they realize that there are plenty of moderate blue dog Democrats that are proud believers in the Second Amendment, and with these rifles, they're not automatic rifles. It's one pull of one squeeze of the trigger, one round downrange. It's the same thing as any other semi-automatic firearm. So they're just not educated. You can go back and look for yourself to see this kind of videos where they talk about these rifles, and they're just ignorant. They don't realize that they're not automatic rifles. So we'll see what happens.
So we got a request to cover RIOT. Now we've been talking about RIOT pretty much every day. Mm-hmm. We stopped trading it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Let's go to the 6 month. We'll pull it up here. So we're at the 6 month chart on RIOT. You can see the stock is up around $59.79 from the bottom, 1,979%, which is effectively, it was like 3.
It was 3. Remember they weren't going to make it for a while. They had a little investigation. CNBC did a little hidden camera. Mm-hmm. The CEO had to resign. You remember all this, right?
I do.
Okay. So, and then they just decided to put all their chips in the middle in Bitcoin, and
paid off.
Yeah, it paid off.
So here's the 6 month, Nick. Let's stay on it, and I'm going to go to the 1 month here. Now, let's go back to the 6 months. Sorry. So for radio listeners, this thing is nearly like $2.60 on the left side, and after February 2021, it goes to nearly, well, it hit $80 intraday.
Amazing.
77.90 on massive volume. It's back to 62.81, but has this been a ride, right? So let's look at the 1 month. This thing was nearly 80 a month ago, was down to $34.35, back up to 62. I simply don't know how to play it right now. I would never short it, and I'm not ready to be long it. I want to be long it on pullbacks of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has not pulled back.
Yeah.
It decoupled a couple times.
Yeah.
Has seemed to recouple. And so for me, I'd rather be long Bitcoin if I was going to, when I'm not playing this thing at a discount, right?
Yeah, full disclosure, I would never, just out of sheer principle and my beliefs, I would never short Bitcoin. I would never short Ethereum, and I wouldn't short any associated tickers. I just wouldn't, just because I believe in it. I want it to succeed, and it just goes against my ideology and my beliefs. And I just want this cryptocurrency to succeed. We need it, and same thing with gold and silver. I would never short gold and silver or any associated miners. That's just my personal belief.
Well, but all the miners seem to have a pretty good week.
Yeah, for sure. Everything looks good on that
What are you
side.
looking for next week?
Next week, we're going to be looking more biotechs. That sector's hot, man.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll come out. You think I have some crazy tickers? Don't worry. I'm going to have some more for you.
Got it.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the biotech that we're long, CLBS. That's my fault. Yeah, let's bring CLBS. They got the burgers, the orphan drug. They got the burgers disease drug.
You even know what burgers is?
I don't. I need to look it up.
We're long this technically. They got a ton of money in the bank.
Yeah.
Burgers disease.
Buergers.
Can you look up burgers disease?
No, yeah.
Don't type in Asperger's. Type in burgers.
Hey, don't swear on air.
What? Burgers?
No, you said the other word.
Asperger's.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that's right.
I'm kidding.
Whatever.
So, so this one here, they have tons of money in the bank. The market cap is about the equivalent of cash on hand. It's a value play for me.
So I said earlier in the week about Governor Newsom. We've been talking about Newsom for a while. What's the status? I know we have enough. I'm not in California anymore.
Yeah.
I know they have enough votes to recall him. What has to happen?
Wait, are we done with stocks? Because I'll go full bore into like this stuff. I'm pretty passionate about this stuff. Are we done with stocks? Are we going to touch base?
We're going to touch base on stocks in about 10 minutes.
All right, let's talk.
But for now, we're talking Newsom.
All right, let's talk. We're going to talk about the coastal
Politics, taxing trading.
Yes.
Why are we going to tax trading? Already dollars. Hey, if you got any comments on this, please comment on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, please comment, ask
We'd
questions.
We'd love to hear from you on what you think of taxing trading, whether the recalling Governor Newsom makes sense.
So Newsom and Cuomo, the two coastal elite governors of this nation, are under serious fire right now.
Ouch.
Yes. Newsom, let's start with Gavin. They definitely have the necessary 2 million petition signed for the recall efforts. But
he's opening stuff back up right now.
Why do you think he's opening stuff back up?
He'll be fine, right?
I don't know about that.
You think the Democrats in California are gonna torch him?
They have enough signatures, so
You think they're mad about him going to dinner at French Laundry?
yeah, and just no mask, just do as I say, not as I do.
Do as I say, not as I do.
That's the coastal
Nancy
elite.
Pelosi,
Yeah, that's the elite philosophy.
Let me not wear my mask while I get my haircut all by myself.
Yeah, here's your $1,400 crumbs. Don't worry, we're going to give 9% of that to COVID relief, and we're going to spray the rest of your tax money all over the world. Don't worry, you'll be just fine. Can you tell I'm a little upset?
Mildly.
Anyway, so Newsom is under fire. Let's see what happens with him. I never lived in California. You're a lifelong Californian.
You know what my wife asked me last night? Have you ever been to California?
I have. No, I have not.
I'm astonished, and I actually said to her last night, I said, wait a second.
Andrea has.
Because we were talking about going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And you and Andrea have never been to Hawaii.
No.
And I said, okay, let's go to Hawaii. And my wife says, well, if they haven't been to Hawaii, have they been to California? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, Andrea has. I have not. All right, so full disclosure. Yeah, I got to say this. So I do not like states where they do not have constitutional or Second Amendment rights to conceal carry or open carry. I try not to frequent those states. And mind you, I am from New York State, okay? I grew up in New York.
Oh, this show's getting interesting now.
So, if I
You don't like to go to states where you can't carry a gun in your pocket.
Yeah, that's personal belief.
Right.
I don't know if there's people that are like-minded like me or on the radio. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Put some comments down below. Do you feel uncomfortable that you cannot use your Second Amendment rights to carry a firearm to protect your family when you have to rely on police? Okay.
Hey, for you guys out there listening on the radio, the Patriot, 1150 KEIB, Los Angeles, Orange County, or iHeartRadio globally on the Patriot Network. This is a show about risk where we talk about poker, Bitcoin, guns, stocks, bonds, trading, M&A, politics, and how it relates to the market.
Let me clarify that. So what I mean by that, as far as Second Amendment in California,
You really meant you were going to get on.
no,
the
it's
rant
not
about this.
reciprocal. Like the
Okay.
state that you're from, they don't reciprocate. They don't allow you. So when you visit the state, they don't allow you to have the same benefits as the state that you're from. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Okay. So when I was living in Florida, they have a lot of reciprocity with other constitutional patriotic states, but California's not one of them. That's why I don't go there.
But you could come to my house for dinner, right?
In California?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to empty the magazine and leave the gun at home.
Wow. All right.
So there you go.
Jason has not been to California because he can't carry an assault rifle. Just kidding around, Jason. Just
You
kidding
want to
around.
talk about Cuomo? His
Let's
buddy?
talk about Cuomo.
Cuomo's in way worse shape than Newsom. Newsom is like, Newsom's sitting in the hole with pocket aces. Cuomo's got 7 deuce offsuit. He's got very limited outs. If he doesn't hit the flop with like trip deuces or trip sevens, he's going down. So Cuomo actually today, AOC, Jerry Nadler, the little elf with the oversized suits, they called for his resignation. You think about that.
Jerry Nadler called for Cuomo's resignation.
Yeah, I have a quote from
But
Nadler.
Nadler's in the Congress.
Doesn't matter. These guys
Why are
are
they talking about the governor?
because they represent New Yorkers.
Oh, because he's a New Yorker. too.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry, that makes sense.
No, it's okay.
All right.
So, ready for this quote from Jerry Nadler?
Oh no.
That little elf with the oversized suits. I just despise that guy.
Oh,
Just
my.
my personal opinion. Quote, Governor Cuomo has lost the confidence of the people of New York. Governor Cuomo must resign, end quote. Jerry Nadler, today.
Ouch.
That's strong.
Not looking good.
They're eating him. They're using him as their, he's the
Now,
sacrificial
he's not
lamb.
married.
I'm not sure about his personal life.
Skylar, can you check and see if Governor Cuomo's married?
I do know he has 6 accusers, just accusers, okay? Nothing proven, but he also has the big problem with underreporting the deaths at the nursing homes in New York. That's a huge issue.
I didn't really want to get into this, but I will just spend a second with it.
Okay.
So is the concept that he is the governor, so he's not allowed to ask anybody out on a date if he's not married? Or because he's in a position of power as the governor, all New Yorkers should kowtow to him, therefore he can't ask anyone out because it would be offensive?
Okay, number one, I don't even know where to start with this.
Well, I know, but I'm listen, I have 2 daughters.
Right.
My daughter is I don't know if I can call her an executive, but she's moving up the ladder at Amazon.
Sure.
And she has to deal with men all the time. And she, tells me things that can be difficult.
Yeah.
And I know they can be difficult, right? But he literally...
Yeah, I don't think you have what the accusations are. I don't
Okay,
think you understand.
What are the accusations?
The accusations are sexual harassment, groping without consent, stuff like that. Not asking
Okay,
for,
if you grope... Okay.
Okay?
Groping?
Yes.
Does groping mean you touch the person's shoulder, or you just touch the body in any way as a grope?
Some of the complaints were accusing...
I just think guys need a manual now.
Yeah.
I'm married 18 years. I don't have to worry about this part, right?
Yeah,
and,
true.
And the employees that work for me, I don't harass any of them except for my niece, Skyla, who works with me because she harasses me back. So I just harass her a little bit. Just kidding around, by the way.
But honestly...
It's a joke. Okay, can we joke a little bit? My point is that I don't have this problem, but I think guys that are single kind of need a manual now. And if you're in a position of power, you better be damn careful, because
Yeah.
apparently if you are in any kind of position of power
Yeah.
and you say anything that's off color or whatever, there may be a problem. Now, you say he has 6 accusers, but he's talking to people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing.
There's no political out for me on
No,
this.
the main point is, so it's just a double standard what they did to Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh when they were confirming him. So it's a double standard. People are seeing it. But the thing that confirms that there's a problem is when the Democrats themselves are actually calling for his resignation. That's just the point I'm making.
No, I got it. There's
Yeah.
some actually interesting comments that are on our YouTube channel live right now. Did you see that? Can you see that comment?
What does Dumpy Man say?
Dumpy Man TV.
What's he saying? I'm curious.
He says they are changing the story. What are they saying? They're changing the story
with the story.
With the story, they can prove the senior citizens died from direct politic. What?
Yes, no, I see your point, Dumpy Man. That is Yeah, you're right. Exactly. The nursing home situation where they underreported the deaths, and when we had the ship, the Mercy ship in the New York harbor, and they refused to send the COVID patients there, and they sent them back to the nursing homes. Mr. Dumpy makes a good point. Though that's hard factual information. Mr. Dumpy? Dumpy, I apologize.
It's Dumpy?
Mr. Dumpy.
Oh, I thought we were saying Dumpy.
Hey, producer, we gotta send. Let's
that.
send Dumpy Man some gear.
Yeah, we need to get you. We're gonna send you some merch.
We just
dude.
butchered his name. I totally apologize.
Dumpy
Dumpy
Man TV.
And I see exactly where he's coming
We're
from.
gonna send you some stuff. Those of you who are on the radio right now, it's Sunday for you. It's 1 o'clock, or call it probably 1:40.
Yeah. So
we're talking on Friday afternoon. This is the wrap up, the weekly wrap up of the week. I want to get to back to stocks in the last 10 minutes. Is that okay with you? You got stuff to cover?
Man, I want to.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, the radio. This is for the radio folks.
Let's go. Let's cover it.
All right. Well, let me talk on the massive border crisis that's going on right now that nobody wants to talk about, but even CNN admits it.
There's a border. CNN admits what?
Okay. So, for example, Fareed Zakaria admits that the Biden's border crisis is pure chaos. There's more than 180,000 people that have arrived at the southern border and tried to cross illegally in 2021. Just to give you a little bit of an example, last year for the first 2 months, there was about half of that. And the problem we're having here is the lack of COVID tests for these folks that are coming to the border. And the people that the actual children are coming in at a high rate. They're putting them in cages, just like the previous two administrations did, but they're giving them a pass on this. So actually with CNN calling this out, it brings attention to it. In fact, the Mexican president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, said people are coming into the U.S. right now. They see Biden as the migrant president. And that's basically what's going on. In fact, this press secretary...
Well, you're right here. CNN is saying, why aren't they calling it a border crisis?
Right.
There's a new surge of kids at the border.
Yeah, they're putting them in
But
in
Biden
those...
administration won't call it a crisis.
Yes. So
wow.
I just wanted to touch on this because it's being overlooked. But when I actually give CNN a tip of the hat because they're raising awareness to it. So kudos to you, CNN. I don't particularly watch CNN, but they're actually doing their job in this instance.
I don't understand. I thought you said you like Lemonhead.
No, I don't like Lemonhead and I don't like Chris Cuomo.
Really?
If I had to pick one person on CNN to watch, let me think about this. Man, I guess Wolf Blitzer.
You like Wolf Blitzer?
I guess I would roll with Wolf.
I like Wolf Blitzer because he was around during the Iraq War.
Yeah, I would roll with Wolf.
He was broadcasting during the Iraq War all the time.
Roll. Can you roll with Jake Tapper? That guy, I can't deal with him either.
Really?
Yeah, but you know what? I don't really watch faux news anymore either.
What do you watch?
I watch Tucker, though.
You listen to the Patriot Network.
I do listen to the Patriot Network.
Why not listen to the Patriot Network? Cuomo's not married anymore, Skylar
Okay, so
says.
he's on the prowl. Well,
so apparently he's on the prowl.
Okay. But anyway, so I wanted to cover what's going on at the border because it directly affects folks because COVID, if COVID was such a huge deal, why aren't they testing all these migrants that are rushing the border? Why aren't we quarantining them? We're trying to find them homes, but there's obviously going to be a percentage of these people that test positive for COVID.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm reading CNN headlines. CNN obtains documents showing migrant children being detained longer than allowed. President Biden is sending a team of people to Mexico inside the new border crisis.
Right. Kids in cages under Trump,
Wow, yeah.
Kids in cages under Biden look the other way. That's just the double standard and the hypocrisy.
Right.
Okay. I made my point.
You have made your point.
Yeah, let's go back to stocks if you want to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, that's
okay.
okay.
If you like the show, please subscribe if you're on YouTube and leave us a message.
I've got some sports stuff, too, if you're interested in that. But if you want to cover some...
No, let's cover some sports stuff. All right. All I want to do is cover AMC.
Okay, we're going to get to AMC.
I want to talk about AMC. I told everyone I would. We talk about AMC
we're gonna get to
the reopening theaters in California.
All right.
I want to say something before you get to this.
Go ahead.
Listen. So I've moved my family and my business to Nevada, and my house isn't ready. So I've been staying at hotels for about 6-8 weeks, and want to just blow my head off with it. I just want to say to you that, officially, I don't want to stay at a hotel anymore. I'm just completely tired of sleeping in a hotel bed. But no, I digress. And wine, I'll take some cheese with my wine. Don't feel sorry for me. But I will tell you that 8 weeks ago, there was nobody at the hotels. And I mean nobody.
True.
When I say nobody, I mean barely anybody.
Like tumbleweeds.
Crickets.
Yes.
It was packed today.
Yeah.
Packed packed like crazy. I mean, you can't even believe it. Skyla.
It was crazy.
It's crazy, right? I mean, like Caesar's Palace, the line to get in, the valet, the actual Caesar's Palace line to check in. There was a line at breakfast. The place was packed. I mean, is COVID over?
Dude, you're getting me excited. I want to go play poker.
It was packed, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it was packed. I'm not kidding around. Packed. I can't even. Whatever just happened in the last week and a half, something happened. I'm telling you, Skylar, you know it too, right? Because you stay obviously in another room with me as my assistant. You stay at the hotels, and you've been seeing this. It's been crazy.
Oh yeah, like there was like no people, and then
No people now tons of people.
Dude, that's great though. But let me ask you this from a standpoint of governorship. Would you think that Nevada might consider demasking? Like there's 20 states or so now that do no longer have the mask mandate. And what that means is you can still wear the mask, but it's no longer a mandate. In order to reflect what's going on in the rest of the country, in order to encourage people to come here for tourism, do you think that they might let up on the mask mandate in order to compete with other places like Biloxi, who no longer have the mask mandate, Florida, who no longer have the mask mandate? What do you think this governor might do?
I don't know, man. You know him better than I do.
Yeah.
I hope he does the right thing. Obviously, places are getting packed. I didn't see 6 feet of separation at the Caesar's Palace.
I didn't see 35% occupancy either.
No,
We've been eating
not
dinners.
Even close.
No, they've been
packed.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, listen. Thank you, for listening to us on the radio. We're on 1 p.m. every Sunday on KEIB, Los Angeles, Orange County, 1150. We're also on the iHeartRadio app, and we appreciate you listening. This is our show from Friday. It's a wrap up. I don't know if we've done a great job wrapping up, but we're getting used to it. I think this is our 3rd week on the radio, and we're grateful you're on it. You can reach our YouTube channel, Risk On YouTube, or Todd Ault, TODDAULT. Check us out. We got about 4 minutes left of the program.
Yeah.
Let's cover what we want to
All
cover.
right, 2 more things with Las Vegas for local. Resorts World, $4.3 billion project, moving forward rapidly. 3,500 rooms, May 14th this year opening. Also, in relation to the city and tourism opening back up, Las Vegas has some stocks like MGM, Caesars,
We're doing great.
Sands, Wynn.
I saw the casino stocks doing better.
Yeah. So, and then AMC, you want to talk about AMC.
I just want to go really quickly that AMC, which we talked about, Lightshed said a penny, going to a penny. AMC
ripping.
Let me
right?
pull it up real quick. I don't know if it's ripping.
I think it is.
I don't think it's ripping that much, but AMC. Let's see if I got this right here. Hold on a second.
You got it.
Yeah, here we go.
It's
Nick,
pretty
go to the
solid,
screen real
man.
quick. Yeah, the stock is 10.18 in the aftermarket, 11.16 up on the day, 93 cents or 9%.
Yeah.
California's opening back up the theaters, so maybe AMC has a shot. I know Lightshed said it's going to a penny.
They raised money.
Oh, they raised a lot of money, but they still have $5 billion in debt.
Yeah.
They got a lot of debt,
Yeah.
right? And so, cash flow wise, these guys got to crank it up. Next week, I want to talk about something happening on next week. We're going to be talking about a player from Michigan State that played basketball in the 2000 championship. That his company went public, and he donated $32 million to Michigan State. We're going to talk about that guy.
Not only
next
did he
week.
do that, he did it on behalf of someone else's name.
Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coach.
Yeah.
He said Izzo had a big effect on him being a businessman and the business community at Michigan State. I think it's an interesting story. I'm going to do just what I can to get him on the podcast. What
Awesome.
a great show.
That's
right?
great. What else you got?
No, I'm fascinated by that whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to cover some trading philosophies next week. Jason and I are going to break down some of the trades we've done actually on screen. We're going to bring up the actual real-time trades on what we did, how we exited, etc. We're going to chart them out next week because we're going to 56 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
And we're going to take about 10 minutes to do that. A disclaimer here, this show is for entertainment purposes. So we're going to entertain you with our stupidity and the stupid trades we did, along with the winners too. Hey, those of you who are out there listening to people, always pay attention to the fact that they can't always show you the winners. We'll show you the losers too.
Oh, we'll show you the
losers. And I got
losers.
plenty of losers.
Yeah, for sure. A couple more things. Matthew McConaughey, rumors running for the governor of Texas. He's from Texas.
All my exes live in Texas.
It appears to be the IRS is sending out stimulus checks, and some people have already gotten them. You can go to irs.gov/coronavirus/get-my-payment.
I do not believe people got checks already.
That is true. And one other thing that's really disappointing.
Checks get there fast under Biden. Sorry.
Duke basketball pulls out of the ACC tournament because because of a positive COVID test. They can't even play in the big dance known as March Madness.
Why?
I feel horrible for the seniors on Duke University's basketball team.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's the last chance they have for the big dance.
I agree.
So I'm very upset about that. Tom Brady re-signed with Tampa. He's coming back.
But why did he need to resign? He signed a 2-year deal.
He did an
already.
extension.
An extension.
Yeah, 2022 season.
The guy's a brutal beast, man.
Yeah, so
Does he win another Super Bowl?
I think he does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. What do we got left, Brett?
Oh,
30 seconds.
that's a good enough
I
time. to
love this show. What? We covered
Yeah,
AMC. Yeah.
that's enough time to thank everyone for joining us, putting up with our nonsense, a little bit of our chaos.
29, right?
I really appreciate everyone.
The 29th
listening
episode of Risk On, and we're getting better. We admit there are times we make some mistakes. We're learning what to do here. We're super grateful for Brett, Nick, Skyla, Josh, Jason, my partner, all the listeners. And by the way, 22,000 people have subscribed to the channel. We're grateful. We'll see you Monday. Take care of those people on Sunday. Have a good Sunday.
Thank you.